And then the Impact segment tonight, some truth-telling by actor Denzel Washington. He is really down on the press.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it. Sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
With that analyzed, Joe Concha, media reporter for The Hill. He's absolutely right. 100% right. But he gets treated well by the press, Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington, absolutely.
He one of the actors that's revered by the mainstream media. I wonder what set him off. I wonder what he's so angry about.
There was a fake news story, Bill, about Denzel Washington saying that he was now supporting Donald Trump.
Ah.
So he sees that, and he has a sense of humor about it, and no big deal. But I'm sure he feels the same way that many Americans do, Bill. And that is an AP survey that perfectly encapsulated what Denzel Washington said, which was one of the more poignant, precise, candid things that I've heard. 6% of the American public currently has high confidence in the media.
Right.
Think about that.
And those, they're all in drug rehab.
Something like that. Context, though. Watergate, that number was 72%.
Okay. So Washington himself was the victim of a phony news story, what they call fake news on the net, that said he was a Trump supporter, which he isn't. So that's what set him off on this statement right there. But the broader picture is that the national media has gone over the cliff after the Trump election. Do you agree with that?
They absolutely have, and it's because, I believe, Bill, because of WikiLeaks, where every fear that you had about the media colluding with campaigns, sharing stories in advance, quote approval in advance with campaigns, the Clinton campaign in this case, debate questions in advance, that was all proven out, and it wasn't speculation.
No, it was in
on
emails.
Paper.
Right.
Exactly.
To the Clinton people. CNN and NBC News got hurt the worst in WikiLeaks.
Agreed.
CNN with Donna Brazile feeding the Clinton campaign actual questions. And then a couple of guys working for NBC basically toadying up to John Podesta, who was in charge of the Clinton campaign, going, can I ask this? Should I ask that? Was there anybody else who got embarrassed?
Politico shared 3 stories that you could see in WikiLeaks alone, and that's just one person's email, John Podesta's.
Right.
3 stories in advance with the Clinton campaign. Meaning,
Politico, the website.
Writers actually sending to Podesta, here's what I'm going to write. Is this okay?
You know, I've never, ever taken any news out of the internet. And I understand that Facebook now is the dominant news deliverer for the United States of America. More people get their news on Facebook than any place else.
Pew Research, fascinating study. Nearly half of American adults, get their news from Facebook. Now, let's be clear what Facebook does. They don't have a news team. They're not producing the content. They're doing what's called aggregating. They're taking from all these sources, legitimate and otherwise, and putting it up in their trending section, and that's where people are getting their news if their friends
don't check it out.
Right. They need an editor or a team of editors there to make sure that news stories are legitimate, are on there, and the fake ones are flushed out. Mark Zuckerberg, I'm pretty sure, can afford it, but he's resisting against it.
Well, he got in trouble because he, all these aggregates were smashing conservatives. Somehow the aggregates weren't smashing the left. Final question for you. The damage that's been done to the American media's image because it was so pro-Hillary Clinton, all right? Do you think that's permanent damage to the Washington Post, the New York Times, vehicles like this? Is it permanent?
Depends on how you define permanent. From a profit perspective, no one's done better this year than the media as a whole when you talk about all of these different places, because people are still clicking, even if the integrity is hurt. But and here's the thing, the integrity is hurt. We did a survey at the Hill. We counted up all the major newspaper endorsements for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. 57 papers endorsed Clinton, 2 endorsed Trump. Now, with that sort of balance, you would think that Clinton would win by 20 points and Donald Trump couldn't even get 200 electoral votes. He ends up getting more than 300, the most of any Republican in 30 years. So while the messenger is damaged, the American people know this.
Right.
And they're not trusting it.
Credibility is gone.
Right. And that's why Trump was able to win, because
I think that's true. I don't think people, as Denzel Washington said, you read the newspaper, you're misinformed.
Right.
And I think they know they're misinformed. They're not getting the truth.
But social media allows you to fact check and allows you to do a lot of things.
Yeah, but that's a lot of burden. People are busy, they're earning a living, and they have families.
True. Hey, I got an idea for you, by the way, for your killing books.
Yeah.
James R. Hoffa. Wouldn't that be a great killing book, even though we don't know how he died?
I do.
You do?
Joe
Really?
Concha,
Perfect
everybody.
book.
There he is.